It's your boy Sam from Team ZEFRA here, and today we're with a bunch of YouTubers. Alex, what's going on? Your Yu-Gi-Oh channel, what's going on? And we're with Top 32, right?
Yeah.
Top 32, bro. What deck were you playing, brother?
So I was playing 60 good cards, I guess. It's like a Pendulum ORCUST variant, but it has like it's implemented a lot of really potent packages, I guess you could say, in simplistic terms. I really enjoyed the deck. I was testing it for about 2 months, and I refused to. I kept this concealed until I got here. I did not want anyone to know what I was playing. It caught a lot of people off guard, and I just really respect the deck a lot, and it plays through a lot. It's a really powerful deck. It's kind of just it's proven itself. Yeah. By the way, I'm 3STACKZ. That's what people know me by, and I have a channel as well. I would like for you guys to go ahead and check that out, and check some of my content out. I'm more into Rogue than anything, but we're gonna get into the profile anyways because I do not want to waste any of you guys' time.
Let's do it.
All right, so we'll start off with the main deck. So I'll start off with the ZEFRA. So I played 2 of my anger translator. His name is ZEFRA. But anything that I cannot say, he can. He can cuss my opponent out, and they can't ban him. And then we have 2 copies of ZEFRA Neo. This card is the Lifeblood. He doesn't have a booty, but it is big, and this is a really powerful card. It's I would say vital. It's like a focal point. It's essential. In every combo sequence, no matter if it's first or last, somewhere, somehow, you just need to get one of these on the field. Whether you just drew it, it's very imperative. It's not just the counter trap, but also it's the body in general. It's a really strong card, and it's like the best ZEFRA monster. And then I played Thubin. The reason why I played him was not only because he's a searchable normal summon, but actually, this card is a spell speed 1 Dryden. That's what it is. It just pops face-up cards, and if that's not good, then I don't know what good is. So I really enjoy this card. He helped me out a lot. I would have lost to certain floodgates yesterday if I did not have this in my arsenal. So just the 5 ZEFRAs. This used to be an actual ZEFRA deck, but it just got converted. And then I played Magicians. Also, I played 3 Harma, and I played 3 purple. I tried to reason with my friends and people that were trying to tell me not to play purple at 3, and I kept hearing the same thing. They're like, "Oh, Triff said that it's not a good card," but it's like, I really don't agree with that because I think this card's insane. In fact, I recall breaking a 3 negation plus a spear Pendulum board yesterday because I had purple poison. If I didn't have purple poison, it would have never been possible. This card actually shatters through barriers because when you think of it, he's always going to take his target down with him. It's very difficult to maneuver around him and to actually negate him. Specifically when you're playing against Dracos, when they have certain floodgates, this card's a main deck out to anti-spell. There's no reason to not play 3 for me personally, but those are the Magicians.
That's it, right?
Yeah, just the 6. I don't play Blackfang or any of the other ones. Well, Time Gazer's in there too. And then I played a little bit of a larger axis on the Mythical Beast. I felt that Jackal King was a focal point of the deck as well, and playing 1, there are just times when you draw and you need to summon 1 off of Servant. And in addition to that, having double Jackal King when you're in a pinch and you're trying to go for a big push and you know you're playing a hand trap heavy deck, it's insane when you can actually get both of these on the field before you even pin summon. And I played the Garuda. It's not just an optimistic mind, but in the ORCUST matchup, because they set Crescendo, you know exactly where it is. You can pinpoint it, so you can actually try to snipe the Crescendo. Not every ORCUST player leaves Dingaritsu on the field, so it's very useful in that regard. And I do remember yesterday, I actually returned an entire Pendulum summon. My opponent Pendulum summoned 4, and I returned them all to him by summoning this from my hand. And I'm moving. My Jackal King had 9 counters. I removed 3 from it. It was pretty nuts. Like, this card it's really good. It's high key slept on. I enjoy it a lot. Like the Mythical Beast, I wouldn't cut him. I understand some people have their reasonings for it, but for me, if my opponent's actually gonna waste an Ash Blossom on that, I appreciate it more because I don't actually need a Pendulum Summon 4 in my deck to go off. I really enjoy this deck a lot. And then I have a 3 Servant. I'd say she falls in the category of a Call by the Grave / also a combo piece and an extender and a starter. So she's so versatile as a card. She's like an embodiment of power. What she can do for your deck, it's insane. Like, there are so many interactions, mid-game, late game, starting up, finishing off, follow-up plays. Like, just leaving her in scale when you're done, you'd be surprised when you're playing a striker player, they're loading this up, and if they don't deal with it, they don't realize that you're actually gonna drop an Endymion on your turn. It's a really powerful card. I enjoy serving a lot, and sometimes it's just they just hand trap her, and I appreciate that as well. Like, it's really good. And I played 1 Endymion. I really respect and appreciate this card. I did resolve his scale effect yesterday to clear 3. My opponent had a Mystic Mind. He did not understand that the scale effect is what's resolving, so he thought his Mystic Mind was not going to be destroyed, but it actually did happen. So I respect this card a lot. He's really powerful. There was one game that I just sat on him and had 5 cards in hand. I just resolved Servant, and then I just sat on it. I just passed, and it literally, like, it just got me game. Like, it's a really powerful card. High key underestimated. And I did play Chronographs and Time Gazer. I think Time Gazer was actually better than Chronographs. Someone tried to ogre my Servant while I had this on the field. I don't think they understand that this card has an effect on field. It's not always a brick like people think it is. It saved me from Twin Twisters, Heavy Storm Dusters, you know, the Ghost Ogre interaction. It's a really strong card. And so when you have cards like this in Jackal King, it just makes your board more solidified. It's more durable, and while you're trying to build it, it's like you're Bob the Builder because you have the tools, but you also have backup resources and you have ways to protect yourself in your combo sequences, so it's not as fragile or glass cannon as some would perceive it to be. So we have those, and then I still played a double Dankworm. I wanted to play 3 of the card, but I play so many ways to access this card. I just felt that it was not a necessity. It was just kind of like I was trying to be greedy with it. I do play the Donut. I think this card really enjoys me as much as I enjoy it. Oftentimes, this is just fodder just to pop for Electromite, or sometimes it's discard fodder because I do play ORCUST in my deck. It's pretty good. And then I played the 1 Slop. So you guys know how Danger Thunder will summon their Morphage on your turn, and they'll protect it with Hope Harbinger. So what I was doing, and it won me 5 of the 9 rounds yesterday, was I was actually using Dingaritsu to protect my Slop. And my protection was stronger than Hope Harbinger because it offered protection from Pankratops and Battle and other cards like Afterburner, etc. So in this deck, I feel that this deck probably puts out the best Guard Dragon board just because it protects the Slop better than any deck can. Like, Danger Thunder can negate maybe 1 card, but this deck can put out 6 negates, no exaggeration, and then protect this card from being destroyed 3 times. If that's not good, I don't know what good is. And then I still played Destrudo, and I played 1 of each Orcus. You can afford to draw these and it's okay, but this one, it kind of hurts to draw them. And that's Skeletor. That's my favorite one, and it's the best Orcus in my opinion as far as main deck goes. And then concerning the spells, I feel that every spell in my deck is so insane that if I drew any one of them, my hand was playable. And it was always like that very often. So I started with 3 Oracle of ZEFRA. This card has 5 effects. I can only use 3 of them. But I did actually stack a Phantasme on my deck and then use Electrum to pop a scale to add my Phantasme and my Dark Worm. So I literally had a Phantasme just chilling. Like, you can actually, this field spell is so good, if you play right, you can search any monster in the game. Any monster in the game. People really do not, they don't have the patience, or like, I guess you could say, it's like the patience and also the understanding to anticipate what this card can do while it's on the field. So it doesn't seem like a threat, but it's like a looming threat when you start to utilize its other effects besides activation. And then I also played 3 copies of ZEFRA Providence. It searches any ZEFRA card and it protects all of your cards, your ZEFRA cards from being destroyed. I played 3 Spell Power Mastery. This card's just, everything's gas in this deck, like it just doesn't stop. The main problem I was running into was not having enough monster zones to resolve every combo, which kind of sucks. And we have 3 Pendulum Call, 3 Dragon Shrines. I play 3. People say, like, don't play 3 of a hard ones per turn, and I kind of don't understand that, because that's like telling a Draco player, don't play 3 Card of Demise, don't play 3 Ash Blossom. If a card is good, if it's impactful, if it can alter the game state and actually change the game state, the way it would progress and shift the tide in your favor, I feel like you should play it at 3. And this is a necessity for me, because getting access to Dark Worm means that I more than likely can resolve the Guard Dragons. So I disagree on playing less than 3 just because it's a hard one's return. Like, I don't understand that. I do play 2 Duelist Alliance. I play 2 Optimus Prime Terraforming. I also play 2 Allure of Darkness. It was an issue with filtering because I know my Danger Thunder matchup can be rough, so I just needed some way to be able to dig for my cards without actually searching, and I enjoy this card. It's very thoroughly, like, this card is really, really good to me. It's oftentimes it doesn't get negated, which I appreciate, especially games 2 and 3 when I'm trying to draw my side deck cards. It's really, really good. I wanted to play 3, but I kind of did not want to make my deck in that matter where I'm drawing Allures off of Allures. I wouldn't appreciate that. I do play Foolish. This card can be so many things. It really is. It's one of the most versatile spells. I play Dragon's Ravine. So that what's cool about playing this is it converts your Terraformings and your set rotation into actual Electrum Turbo cards and/or access to your Guard Dragons. And also, it's really, really good Ash bait, because oftentimes you'll need 2 to 3 cards. So when you can afford to just throw a card away just so you can get an Ash out of their hand, I do it. I'm that reckless. And so I also play Babel and then 1 set rotation. So there are no bad spells in this deck. The only one that you would draw that wouldn't be so good is Babel, but every other spell is gas.
So no desires?
No Desires because all my Orcusts are 1-ups, and then my counter traps are 1-ups. That's the only reason why. Otherwise, I would have been playing 3 Desires.
Okay, awesome. So you just decided to just play a 60-card deck and just fill it up with turbo cards. That's basically it. Like turbo cards are in your spells.
Yeah, I really just wanted to play some of my favorite decks, but I didn't want to like pick one. I just wanted to play all of them. Yeah.
Nice. All right.
And as far as siding, I had a weird theory for siding. So I guess we'll leave the Phantasmas there. So you'll look at these cards and think, oh, why aren't you playing 3 of these? You know, you really should be playing 3. Well, because I wanted my side deck to be versatile and I wanted to not be susceptible to one specific matchup, but kind of just have the versatility of having the options for multiple matchups. And the theory was, okay, you side for combo decks, you side for control decks. So these are for control decks and these are for combo decks. And since I don't play 3 of any of them because I could not afford to play 3 of all of them, even if I tried, I decided to play 3 Phantasmas and the Allures of Darkness to help me to draw into those precisely. And Phantasma is still a really good card. He's nice. And this card, oh yeah, I forgot to show you guys the traps in my deck. These were part of the main deck, but I do play 1 Crescendo and 1 Divine Strike. And you get both of these off every combo. So yesterday, really cool, I got Spear Molded and Super Polyed, and I still had 3 negates after that. I had a Jackal King, I had this, I used Skeleton to bring back our Cush round, so this was live. So I had this, and Jackal King after he Spear Molded and Super Polyed me, and he couldn't play through the 3 negates, and he just scooped. Like, I never played a deck like this where you could do stuff like that, where they could Spear Mold you and Super Poly you and they still lose. You would think that's like, they're supposed to win with that. I'm gonna continue with my side deck. I sided 1 Zombie Rogue. No one anticipated this. And these are all of these are homemade theories. Well, they were proven today, but all this was just theorizing with just me, myself, and I. Because I don't really get to like play Yu-Gi-Oh! With a lot of good players. A lot of the people I'm around are kind of like local level players. So I can't really theorize with them the way I want. So I had to really just go on a whim. Because my mindset was, if the only thing that can break my board is Spear Mode or Super Poly, I want to deduce or reduce I guess you could say the chances of them actually being able to break my board. So having this, if people don't understand, you cannot tribute summon unless it's for zombies. So Dracos is really difficult, and you cannot Spear Mode my board if I have the Zombie World. And this saved me from a Spear Mode twice yesterday. It kind of says you have to have Super Poly, but if I have 6 negates, Super Poly is not going to cover everything. So I enjoy this thoroughly. It conveniently plays around Guard Dragons, and you cannot make Colossuses for free while this is up. There's a lot of just kind of like layered, I guess you could say, it's like a looming threat, so to speak, while it's just on the field. It does more than just what it was anticipated for. And then I played Scarlight. It's just for time. I side it.
That's the last card you side, right?
Yeah.
Nice.
I just couldn't fit it in my extra deck. The extra deck, I don't even know how I got space for all this. But I play Might the Goat. I play Heretic. There's so many games. As a Pendulum player, there's so many more games that you will win just by not using his effect. Sometimes we as players, we get greedy, we tend to overcommit, we think that we need to vomit out our hand and that would be sufficient. But oftentimes when you can just account for the cards in your opponent's hand and you think he hand trapped me so he's gonna have 5, if I can put out 4 negates, how is he gonna break my board and kill me with 1? So sometimes you just don't wanna resolve Electrum because when you know that the zones matter more for the Guard Dragon combo, you just do that. Because it's like, okay, I wanna try to activate Electrum because I wanna get a Servant. Servant's gonna get out 1 Jackal King, but if you keep him up and you do the Guard Dragon combo, you'll get out more interruptions that way. So I wasn't really resolving him that much, and my mindset is even if they don't have hand traps, I play as if they do. So I play around things even if they're not there, and it's just the smart way to do it. And I play LP and Agripane and Triple Burst. You have to play these for the Guard Dragons. I played Phoenix. It's the best Link to Nightmare in my personal opinion, and of course I played Mermaid the Goat. I played 2 of the She-Grim Reaper. I think this chick is actually like clinically insane. Her eyes are closed. She has a scythe in her hand. She probably kills people in her sleep. And we also have our Custrion, the disrespected and unloved. He actually is bonkers. This card can actually negate the effects of all Link monsters your opponent controls permanently, and their attack and defense becomes 0. Even if they are no longer linked, they will always be negated. So they actually become vanillas. It's like when you lost win something, but better. And you can actually use it in damage set because it has a modifier. It has a statistic, not a enhancement, but a statistic degradation. So I appreciate it. It has the same protection as Colossus, and with the field spell, this is really nutty against combo decks, Salamag Raids, Thunder, and also Orcus, because oftentimes you have to realize, like, they will summon a Link monster and summon monsters to that zone. So what happens is Orcustrion not only negates the Link monster, but the monsters that it's pointing to. So you can actually negate entire fields with this. I've broken Thunderboards with this card, going second. It's a really strong card, and I respect it more than Longaritsu, just personally because I think Dengaritsu does what Longaritsu does, but better, and it's a more powerful card. I also played, of course, Borosword because he's nuts. And And then I played Dingeritsu for XYZs. The main purpose was to protect Sloth, but conveniently he's really strong going second. The only reason why I was even able to play through 3 or 4 negates is because I had Orcust. Like when you're Ogre, when they Ogre your Electrum and they Valor, you're harmonizing, and they Ash your ZEFRA Neo, you're just like, all you have left are those 2 monsters, but because I play Orcust, I can still keep going. So it's really good. And I played Dweller. I blind Dweller. When I don't know what I'm playing, I just blind Dweller. It's one of the smartest things you could do. And then Borload Savage Dragon and Odd Eyes Vortex Dragon. If I had space, I would have been playing shooting Rysar, because I had this cool idea where you would make him and dump a level 6 to make him a level 1 tuner. So in the middle of your opponent's plays, a smart player will never play their best cards first. They will always hold their best cards for last. So in the middle of their combo sequence, when they're trying to bait your negations, you can make an Omega on their turn and try to snipe one of their cards. Or if you want, just make a Savage. But the point is that you can make another negation that they never anticipated. Their mind was set on your field, and they didn't realize the looming threat of that. So I think I'm going to try that out in the future. But yeah, that's the deck profile.
All right, bro, that was amazing deck profile, man.
Thank you, bro.
It was really good, really good.
Final thoughts?
Final thoughts, yeah.
Yeah, God bless you guys. Make good choices. Don't hurt your brain cells. Don't do drugs. Don't join a gang. Trust me, it's not worth it. And yeah, you guys, if you want to check out my channel, Team Kings of Games, definitely check me out. I kind of, deck profiles are kind of my niche, so to speak, and it's what I specialize in. So I would really appreciate it if you guys gave me the time of day. Just approach it with an open mindset, because some of the stuff you might not anticipate to be socially acceptable, because it's kind of like more or less rogue. Almost everything's rogue, just, you know. But yeah, you guys have anything that you want to say before the video's over?
Nah, bro. Congratulations on top 32, bro, and it was amazing. All right, bro. I hope to see you at the next event.
Oh yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean? So congrats, brother. Appreciate
thank you,
that.
bros.
Thank you so much. And this is your boy Sam from Keep Samurai Son with Simo, and also your Yu-Gi-Oh channel.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Peace, bro.
I feel like Usain in the cheetah print. Talk fresh game, I don't need a minute. R.I.P. the game, I need a minute. Okay, let's proceed with it. I'm in the house, got the deed with it. These bozos always sneak this and they taking shots. I'm a king with it. Like, no, this league business.